August 2020 Planetary Transits for Taurus and Taurus Rising. This is an equal house chart set up for 0 degrees Taurus on the ascendant, Eastern Daylight Time, New York. We begin August 1st, 2020 with 3 retrograde planets in Capricorn in the 9th house sector. Jupiter at 20 degrees, Pluto at 23 degrees, and Saturn at 27 degrees of Capricorn, retrograde. The Sun is placed in the 4th house at 9 degrees of Leo. The planet Mercury is in the 3rd house at 22 degrees of Cancer. Venus is at 24 degrees of Gemini in the 2nd house sector. Mars is moving through the 12th house at 18 degrees of Aries. Neptune is at 20 degrees of Pisces, retrograde in the 11th house. The moon is in Capricorn at 8 degrees in the 9th house sector, and Uranus is in the 1st house at 10 degrees of Taurus. Overview. Transiting Mars in Aries will be in high tension all month, forming 3 90-degree square aspects, specifically Mars square Jupiter, Mars square Pluto, and Mars square Saturn. I can't emphasize enough the fact that these planetary squares will be impacting the charts of every single person on this planet. To put it bluntly, these are frictional, frustrating, potentially violent energies that seek expression by taking extreme action and throwing all caution aside. Those of you with a predominance of planets or ascendant and midheaven in cardinal signs, Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, especially located between 18 and 28 degrees, will be strongly impacted by this tension. Check the planets in your chart, the houses these planets are in and rule, in order to pinpoint where these energies will be felt. Be aware that whatever is moving through your chart will either be expressed directly by you or experienced in projected form, meaning drawing it to you from the environment in the form of people and events. This is not a call to walk around in a state of fear and paranoia. It is a suggestion to exercise extreme caution under these extreme energies. Avoid tempting fate by being reckless in any area of your life or taking risks that require you to throw all caution to the wind, regardless of how intense the inner urge may be to do so. You do not have to act on whatever crazy mood comes over you from day to day. Instead, be alert against craziness coming at you from others. Be vigilant. On August 1st, Mercury opposed Pluto between houses 3 and 9 could bring a mental tug of war with someone in your daily environment. Aggressive coercion is not the way to win anyone over to your ideas. Avoid abusive communication, both in the written and spoken word. Sun square Uranus on August 2nd between houses 4 and 1 may bring an unexpected disruption on the home front or with a family member. April 29th, 30th, and May 1st births are at exactitude. August 3rd brings the full moon, 11:59 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 11 degrees of Aquarius in opposition to the Sun at 11 degrees of Leo, spanning houses 10 and 4, highlighting the tension between career responsibilities versus family obligations. The planet Uranus at 10 degrees of Taurus is making a disruptive, rebellious, high-tension square to this full moon from your 1st house. The issue may be whether or not you should put your own desires first ahead of everyone and everything else. This is at exactitude for April 29th through May 2nd birthdays, depending on your time zone and location. Also, on August 3rd, Mercury opposed Saturn between houses 3 and 9 could bring the desire to sever ties in a relationship because of a total breakdown in communication between you. Avoid acting on impulse right now. Instead, clear your mind and let the dust settle. On August 4th, Mars square Jupiter between houses 12 and 9 is an energy of excess in action and in self-expression. Avoid going overboard or saying and doing too much. Be temperate. Also, on August 4th, the planet Mercury enters Leo and moves into your 4th house. On August 7th, the planet Venus enters Cancer and moves into your 3rd house. On August 10th, Mercury will square Uranus between houses 4 and 1, indicating the possibility of a sudden disagreement with a family member. Nervous impatience may be the root cause. Mars square Pluto on August 13th is an aspect that warns against power struggles with the law or other authority figures. This is an aspect of extreme actions with your desire nature as the cause. Needless to say, Pluto energies can seem very threatening to those around you, who will then react by trying to stop you. Obviously, not the way to win anyone over. Of course, you may experience this energy in projected form and draw in someone from the environment who is overstepping your boundaries. As an aspect of potential violence, stay away from volatile people and conditions. On August 15th, the planet Uranus turns retrograde at 10 degrees of Taurus in your 1st house. The Sun trine Mars on August 16th between houses 4 and 12 is a great energy under which to stay home, renovate, reorganize, redecorate, or clean up inside and out. You'll have the drive. Mercury trine Mars on August 17th between houses 4 and 12 favors communicating and making decisions and plans with family members concerning your home life. August 18th brings the new moon, 10:42 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 26 degrees of Leo, 35 minutes in the 4th house, highlighting a fresh start and new beginnings pertaining to your domicile and the relationships that affect it over the month ahead. This new moon is in conjunction with the planet Mercury at 28 degrees of Leo in your 4th. Communication and decisions will emerge. On August 19th, the planet Mercury enters Virgo and moves into your 5th house sector. On August 22nd, the Sun enters Virgo and moves into your 5th house. Mars squares Saturn on August 24th between houses 12 and 9 is an aspect of extreme frustration with legalities, rules and regulations, educational institutions, or travel. Your personal goals and plans are blocked by circumstances or other people. The tendency is to seethe internally with anger and resentment. Try detaching and letting it all go instead of lashing out in rage. On August 25th, under Mercury trine Uranus, between houses 5 and 1, the tension of yesterday may be resolved today by taking a fresh look at circumstances and coming up with some innovative ideas. This is reinforced by Venus opposed Jupiter on the same day between houses 3 and 9, an aspect of generosity in your relationships that serves to alleviate recent dissension. Venus trine Neptune on August 27th between houses 3 and 11 is an ideal energy under which to get in touch with the spiritual dimensions of life, communicate with friends and relatives, and share advice and empathy for whatever challenges they may be facing. On another more practical level, artistic creativity is heightened, a great day for writers. Mercury trine Jupiter on August 29th between houses 5 and 9 may bring good news from a loved one or from an international connection. Two aspects occurring on August 30th can point to relationship dissension, specifically Venus opposed Pluto and Mercury opposed Neptune. Venus opposed Pluto is an aspect of power struggles, manipulation, and coercion, and Mercury opposed Neptune indicates that the weapon employed right now is deception. Give yourself some time and space before making any final decisions or promises in your relationships. You may not have all the facts.